Martin, why don't you say a word about that thing that they consider the adolescence to be not a sub-adult, but a kind of larval situation?
Yeah, that's right. A larval situation. Well, the thing is, the way we look at it is that you don't become an adult when you're finished being an adolescent. And you don't become an adult when you finish being a sub-adult. And you don't become an adult when you finish being a middle-aged person. You only become an adult when you assume a certain degree of eldership. And that flowering is what you call the adolescence. In our language, we call the adolescent boys. We call them the archivist, the adolescent girl, the kapopo. The archivist means the rain boys or the flowering. And the kapopo means the shimmering girls. It's just the shimmer, the glisten on the lake that is scraped off by the hummingbird wings of the shamans and cast to the village so that it can shine. The children that they call adolescents here are not children to us. These are adolescents who are finally flowering, and so the whole village tree is flowering for the adolescents, so the spirits can come to that flower, like a hummingbird comes to a flower, like a beetle comes to a flower, to fertilize that flower so that the village can come to fruition. These are not individuals in pain. These are individuals going through a painful time so the village can flower. And so the beauty of adolescence, the wonder of finally seeing the world through new eyes, is a struggle of husking and molting. And when it's done in a way that's integral and authentic, it is a wonder-filled time. It is not always wonderful, but it's a wonder-filled time. And when that wonder-filled time is left moaning at the starting gate and never given its due, it still moans in there when we're 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years old. As John says, where we say you jump over it from being a child into being a somewhat semi-adult. You can never be an adult until you have gone through the adolescent process of flowering and being seen and shimmering for the whole tribe. So the men, I mean, they strut. One of the major things of adolescents to do in the village is go home and get dressed, walk in the streets together. The men walk arm in arm. European culture said that was effeminate. But the men, they shimmer. They literally, we have the women weave tinsel into their sashes and their shirts. And they walk around the village with a strut. You notice a lot of the kids in the hood? They got the strut. I know a lot of you guys would like to do that. They may not have the intellectual horizons or opportunities given to them, but they're in their bodies. They're in their bodies with that strut. And that beauty that is seen by the people is the same beauty that they feel inside themselves when they see the world. It's a magnificent thing, as he said, a larval stage, a stage of husking and getting those wings. And it's a hard time, but it's magnificent if you know what's at the end of the tunnel. And so the going through it and the flowering, it make a deliciousness. It's supposed to be a deliciousness.
But you see, the difference is that these the village needs these adolescents.
They can't function without them.
We don't need these adolescents.
They throw them away here. Or they throw adolescence away. Yeah, we think we don't need it. We need it. We need it.
Say some more about that.
Well, I mean, we discard everything that is not marketable. Generosity is not marketable. Beauty, in its truest form, is not marketable. Village distribution and giving gifts to one another is not marketable. Anything that you cannot market goes in the back burner. And the only thing can be marketed is anxiety. You can sell a lot more Valium than you can sell friendship. You know what I mean? So the beauty of the flowering is in the adolescence, and we depend totally on them. None of our rituals and none of our life can happen until they have succeeded. So we put all our energy into making sure that these youth succeed. And by success, we don't mean they become corporate managers. We mean that they get to the other side alive and well with the inspiration to make the others know that they can come through on the other side too. So the zany, quote, elder is the one that gives that inspiration to the youth. I'll get more into that this evening.